Hi, welcome to PySquare Academy. In this video, I'm going to explain the terminology of light or illumination. You know that entire electrical engineering is broadly divided into three segments. What are the three? Let me just show you. Generation part is the first one. Then transmission, this is transmission part. And then utilization, this is utilization. Okay, generation, transmission and utilization. These three are the main segments broadly, I'm classifying complete electrical engineering. Now in transmission again we'll have distribution, protection. In generation also different types of generation. In utility also different types of utilizations like lighting loads, light, okay, and heating, okay. Mainly this classification of utilization is into lighting, heating, then welding, okay, and then electromagnetic devices like motors, drives, all these things, complete machines, motors and all these things will come into this electromagnetics. Okay, light, heating for heating purposes, for welding purposes, for electromagnetic, or motors, maybe traction, you can say electrical traction. They are different. Okay, out of all these, of course there are many other utilities. Broadly we'll categorize like this. Out of all these I will consider lighting in this video. Okay, and here in this lighting students feel it difficult when it comes to the basics of light, because the terms related to light are taken from Latin. So it is obvious that you will feel difficulty. Okay, because almost all the terms are taken from Latin. So no book will be helpful for you to get the clear idea about the terminology. But nothing to worry, PySquare will give you a clear understanding of the light terminology. I'm not going to explain the physics involved with the lighting or light. Rather, I'll explain the terminology, just the terminology. Of course, understanding the terminology is also very important. Before getting into the terminology, I think I must recall a few basics of mathematics. Okay, number one is plane angle, other one is solid angle. Let me just show you plane angle and solid angle. This is from mathematics. Okay, plane angle we represent with the theta, and solid angle we represent with omega, maybe capital omega or small omega, this omega or this omega. Okay, solid angle representation is with omega, or this plane angle is theta. You are already aware of this plane angle theta. Theta can be represented in terms of degrees or mostly radians. Degrees or radians, they are the most common things we to represent the plane angle. Let's see a little deeper, little inside analysis of this plane angle. Okay, let me change the slide. Yeah, look at this. This is unit circle. Unit circle means what? The radius of circle is equal to 1 meter. Okay, radius of the circle is 1 meter. That's what unit circle means. So if I extend from the center onto this surface, I am extending two lines. This is angle theta. This is the angle theta. Okay, so theta in radian. How do you find theta in radian? So total angle, how much is this? Complete this angle theta in radian is how much? We know it is 2 pi. How we got this 2 pi? That's how we got from the arc length divided by this radius. Let me just go a little further. If I change this maybe somewhere over here, this arc length I am considering. Now this is theta. Here also theta is same. Theta definition is same. Theta in radians is equal to the arc length. This is arc length by divided by the radius. This radius divided by the radius. That gives us the theta angle in radian. This is what? Plane angle. Theta is plane angle. They are the basics of plane angle. So theta is equal to arc length by the radius. Now we can check it also. Suppose if I take complete this arc length, complete this circle, arc length is how much? 2 pi r. R get cancelled, complete this angle, this entire angle will be 2 pi, simple. Okay. So plane angle is clear, details about the basics about the plane angle in radian. Now what is this solid angle? Solid angle is 3-dimensional angle. Plane angle is 2-dimensional, solid angle is 3-dimensional angle. For the 3-dimensional angle, we should take sphere. Okay, this is a circle on a plane. So for a 3-dimensional, let me take sphere. Okay, I'm just taking a sphere now. This is a sphere I'm considering, which is 3-dimensional. It's not 2-dimensional, it is 3-dimensional. Now let me just take it to the 3D view. I think you could feel now much better. It's a 3D one. Okay, sphere. Again, I'm considering unit sphere. Unit sphere means it is having one radius. Radius is 1 meter. Okay. Now I'm extending from the center. From the center, we're extending to the surface. This is the solid angle. The angle which is associated now, that is what? Solid angle. Okay. So what is this solid angle? Why are you concerned about solid angle? Of course, we're considering about the light. Light is 3-dimensional. Suppose, let me just take a paper. I have a paper here. I'm folding it like this. Okay. I'm just having a look at from this hole. I can see, right? It's a 3-dimensional. You can view in a 3-dimensional axis. Your eyesight or anything, light will go in 3-dimensional. That's why I'm more concerned about 3-dimensional. Okay. So sphere I am taking, and the radius of this, which is onto the surface, this is also onto the surface. Now the angle, how can you measure this angle inside? You know, we have this something like this. How can you measure this angle inside? Is there any angle measuring instrument to have angle something round like this? If it is a plane angle, it's easy for you to, you can easily find this by protractor or something. You can find this angle. But what if it is 3-dimensional like this? How do you find this angle? Let's now apply the basic concept of plane angle. Concept is what? We got this theta, this angle theta. How we got this? Theta in radian is equal to arc length by radius. Okay. Arc length by radius is theta, which is a plane angle, and units, it's actually dimensionless because this is also in meter, this is also in meters. Same, both are having same unit, unitless, but will represent in radian. Okay, these in radian. Now, similarly, omega, that's what the solid angle for 3-dimensional. This is for plane angle, this is for solid angle, 3-dimensional. Okay, or maybe small omega, anything. Is here we have line arc length, it's a 2-dimensional. Here we'll have surface area of the sphere. I'm not getting into the derivation of it. Okay, here this will be surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square for this entire sphere by sphere, you know about sphere surface area, right? 4 pi r square by, here we have simply radius, here we have radius square. Okay. So 4 pi is a solid angle. Solid angle of complete sphere is how much? 4 pi. What is the unit? Should I call it as a radian? Here we are using the radian for plane angle. Here steradian. This is steradian. Here normally represented as rad. Here we will call it as SR. Steradians. Okay. And 4 pi value is 12.566, something, SR, steradians. So solid angle of the sphere is 12.566, okay, because r square gone, we left with 4 pi. Just go back and visualize this once again because it's a 3-dimensional one. Just see in a 3 dimension, okay. I'm talking about surface area. the entire surface area of the sphere, okay, by r square. If you want only this solid angle, then find this surface area only, okay, instead of complete sphere, you just find this area, okay, by r square. You will get some angle. That's what solid angle of this. That's what three-dimensional angle. Clear? I think these basic points are clear. Now, obviously, you may have a lot of questions. Nothing to worry. Watch it multiple times. Just give a Google. Little Googling will give you clarity on your questions. Okay. Now, let me dive into the terminology. Let me just change that. Yeah. Light terminology. Light is, it's an energy, okay, a radiant form of energy, You know about this radiant energy means, like in case of heat, you might be very much familiar with the heat, okay, during heat, you know about conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction is due to the physical contact, convection is due to the molecular movement that happens in liquids and gas. Radiation, no physical contact, no molecular movement, it's through air radiation, okay, heat can pass. So light is radiant form of energy, okay, light is radiant form of energy, not conduction and convection, it's a radiant form of energy, light energy. Now let me consider the light source. I need to consider what light source now. So I'll take a popular light source from hundreds of years, even before Christ, till date. Guess what? Yes, you got me. Candles. Candles were used popularly to create the lights, artificial light. Of course, till today people are using candles, which you are very much familiar with. You can also keep holding a candle and experiment when I am saying it. So I'll consider a candle for the sake of example. So the energy released by a single candle in 1 second is called candle power. Careful with the terminology. The energy released by one candle in 1 second is called candle power. It is just like horsepower in case of engines or maybe motors. Horsepower. What is a horsepower in mechanical engines or electrical motors? They are rated at horsepower, HP. Because power of engine is compared with power of horse. So here candle power, one candle, the energy released by one candle is expressed in candle power. I have already explained about this horsepower concept. You can check the video link in the description, okay, about the horsepower, how the horsepower name has come. Anyways, that's a different story. Now, candles were popularly used, and the energy released by the candle in 1 second is called one candle power. Okay, let me just write that. I think let me change to the image. Yeah, look at this. This is a candle. Okay, so the power energy released by this candle in 1 second is called as one candle power. Okay. Later on, during the standardization of the units, they changed this unit to candela. In Latin, candela means light. Sorry, candle. Candela means candle. Okay. So this unit has gone. Candela has come into picture during the standardization of the units. Candela means candle in Latin. Okay. This also makes sense. Candle power and candela. Okay. Now the conclusion. Conclusion is candle power was a old unit. Candle power is an old unit which was used for measuring the power of light intensity. Okay. The new unit is candela. Candela is a new unit of light intensity. What is the light intensity? I'll explain it a little while later. Now let me explain the candle, which is a source of light. Let me just talk about the candles, which is a which we consider as the artificial source of light for the analysis. This is again I'm taking simple candle with one candle power or one candela. Okay. Now I'm taking one unit sphere around this source. Around this source, I am taking a sphere with unit length. Radius is 1 unit. Okay. So this light is emitting almost in all directions. Almost in all directions this light will emit. Alright. Now I am taking unit sphere, careful. Careful, I am introducing another unit, another point here. Suppose if I take, we know about this surface area of this entire sphere is how much? 4 pi r square is the surface area. Okay, 4 pi r square. Let me take 1 meter square area, only this part I am considering. Okay, this is a sphere. This is a sphere, out of which I am just considering only this portion. Okay, which is a free portion, which is a transparent one, it's completely transparent one. So through this light energy will pass through this, it will come out, this light energy will come out through 1 meter square surface area. That light energy per second, from this 1 meter square surface area, the light energy which is coming for 1 second is called 1 lumen. 1 lumen. Again, lumen is what? It's a unit. 1 lumen means if 1 candle power source is there, I am taking at 1 meter distance, 1 meter distance. Through surface area of 1 meter square, the amount of light energy coming out per second is how much? 1 lumen. Alright. Now if I take a complete sphere for 1 meter square, 1 lumen has come from this direction. If I take complete sphere from this 1 meter square, if I consider this as 1 meter square, from this also 1 lumen will come. Okay. Likewise, how many lumens will be there? Surface area is how much? 4 pi r square. R is equal to 1. So 4 pi lumen. So from 1 candle power source, 4 pi lumens light intensity is coming out. Okay. 4 pi lumen in all directions. Okay, in all directions, 4 pi lumen. That is 12.566 lumen from 1 candle per source or 1 candela source. Okay, candle per is a old unit, candela is a new unit. I think now you are clear with this. Let me explain now different terms related to the terminology. Let's come to the terminology now. These are the important terms. Of course, apart from this, there are many other terms, but these are the most commonly visible things for everybody. Okay, what is the first one? Luminous flux. Lumen. Almost everywhere lumen, L-U-M-I-N is there. Lumen is a unit of that light intensity which is coming. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense. Lumen. And here, luminous flux. What is luminous flux? What is luminous intensity? What is luminous efficacy? Not efficiency, efficacy. Okay, but some people will take it as efficiency also, but it's actually efficacy. Okay, but some people do take it as efficiency as well. And here there are two more terms: luminance, illuminance. Luminance, add IL to this, illuminance. Okay, I'll give you the details or differences between these. Now, luminous, as everywhere luminous, I think luminous batteries. Sachin Tendulkar was brand ambassador for these luminous batteries once upon a time. I think you are aware of it when just talking about luminous. Okay, first let's go to the luminous flux. It is a rate at which energy flows from the source. Okay, it is a rate at which energy flows from the source. That's what luminous flux. Okay, simply light energy per second. Energy per second. So energy per second, I think somewhat familiar to the power. Power is energy per second. That's why it is called as luminous power also, or luminous flux. Okay, it is measured, the unit is lumen. Okay, and it is abbreviated as LM. Normally they will give it as LM. So F is equal to Q, energy per second. Okay, the second one, luminous intensity. Luminous intensity in a given direction is defined as luminous flux per unit solid angle. Luminous intensity is, it's in the given direction, in one given direction, how much flux, how much luminous flux is coming, that's what luminous intensity. Okay, that is luminous flux per unit solid angle, F by omega, maybe capital or small one, anything will work. Okay, so F by omega, that's what intensity. Okay, and one thing you try to be very careful, whenever you have here direction, whenever you have direction here, it's a three-dimensional, light is a three-dimensional, definitely will have per unit solid angle. Direction means it's a three-dimensional, will consider always solid angle. Whenever you see during lighting, whenever you get a direction here, that will be definitely associated with the solid angle. Okay, so yeah, units, what are the units? It's done. Luminous intensity is in candela. Candela is a luminous intensity. Okay, or lumen per steradian, because luminous flux is lumen, solid angle is steradian SR. Okay, lumen per steradian or candela. Okay, with the candle example also, I had taken a candle, and this is a candle, and somewhere some surface area over here, light coming out through this. Okay, in one specific direction, everything I discussed about it, right, regarding lumen. Anyways, luminous flux, it's done, luminous intensity is over. Now luminous efficacy, it indicates the ability of light source to emit visible light using a given amount of power, given amount of electrical power rather. Means for the electrical power of 100 watt, if it is giving 1000 lumen, then it is 10 lumen per watt. Okay, per 1 watt consumption, it will consume 1 watt and it will deliver 10 lumens light energy. Okay, lumen is light energy. Light energy is measured in lumens. Okay, so 1 candle power is having how much total light? That is 4 pi lumen. Okay, anyways, so 1 watt consumption of electrical power will give you this much light output. Okay, so light output by electrical input, that's what lumen per watt. Okay, efficacy, not efficiency. Next, luminance. Luminance, this is a measure of light coming out of the surface, in a particular direction. That is what? Reflecting from the surface in a particular direction. As we have particular direction, definitely it is per steradian. Okay, so let me just take that. Light is falling onto this table. Okay, so how much is reflecting? How much is reflecting is luminance in a particular direction. Okay, now what is illuminance? Simply add IL to this. Illuminance. What is the difference between luminance and illuminance? Illuminance is no particular direction. Luminance is in one particular direction. Illuminance is no particular direction, means how much light energy is falling on the surface, just falling on the surface. Okay, no direction. I think it makes sense also. Legal, you know, legal, right? When I add IL to this, illegal means what? It is not legal. Logical, it's logical. Illogical, the moment I add ill, then it's not logical. Okay, so for luminance, when I add IL, no direction, no reflection, only the amount which is falling on the surface is illuminance. Okay, let me just show you. Illuminance, it is a quantity of light or luminous flux falling on the unit surface area. That's what illuminance. Okay, and I'll give you, because this is a confusing one, I'll give you another important tip also, nothing to worry. Okay, let me just finish it. This is a function of both distance and incidence angle. Okay, the illuminance does not depend on what kind of surface you have. I mean, suppose I have a light bulb over here. It does not depend on what kind of surface, because I'm just measuring how much light is falling on the surface. Okay, but the luminance does depend on the surface, type of surface, because if the surface is a black surface, then the reflection will be less, luminance will be less. If the surface is a white surface, then reflection will be more, luminance will be more. Okay, so luminance does depend on the type of surface, but illuminance does not depend on the surface type, because we're just measuring how much is falling. Okay, just put some meter over here, you will get how much is falling. That will be fixed, depends on irrespective of type of surface. But of course, it does depend on distance as well as angle at which the light is falling. Okay, the relation is like this. It is inversely proportional to d square and proportional to the cos theta. Okay, and illuminance is measured in lumen per meter square, popularly lux. Okay, I think you're aware of Lux, right? Lux soap. What is Lux soap? Lux. Lux means light, which is unit of illuminance. Okay, the soap name also Lux. Okay, anyway, this is just for you to remember. Lux is a unit of illuminance. Okay, let me give you now the difference between luminance and illuminance. Luminance, starting with L, it just talk about amount of light leaving, L leaving. Here we have IL, incident, I for incident, L for light. Incident light per unit area is illuminance. How much is leaving? That's what luminance. This makes more sense. Okay, you can remember like this. And this does not depend on surface type of surface. It does depend on surface type of surface. Okay, and the unit is a lumen per meter square, just amount of light which is falling per unit area. Light per unit area is meter square. This is in specific direction per steradian. Okay, unit is this. So I think you can now get the relation between these two also if you want. If you want to find the relation between these two, luminance which is E, illuminance which is L. Okay, so E by omega, you can get it as L. Okay, this also you can write, or else this is not a popular equation. I think units, remember this, get these points. Okay, I think the light terminology is clear. I know it won't be very clear in the first go, but you try to watch it multiple times, definitely you will understand things much better. Thank you, see you in the next lecture.